Hey guys, it's Chef Dave. Just want to give a little shout out to the Rifkins, the Gonzaleses, and the Wiggards. Thanks for taking care of Johnny out there.
Hey guys, it's Dave and I'm back, and today we're going to make glazed salmon, we're going to make cold sesame noodles using zucchini, and we're going to make vegetable fried rice using cauliflower. So we're going to get started and make our marinade for our salmon. So I just have a grater, and I'm going to use 1 clove of minced garlic. So I'm just grating it, and we're going to get that into our bowl. And I did the same thing with ginger, and I'm using about a teaspoon of ginger. I just grated a piece of fresh ginger. I skinned it, I peeled it, and we're going to get about a teaspoon in there. One teaspoon of soy sauce, 2 teaspoons of sweet chili sauce, and a couple teaspoons of oyster sauce. So now we blend up our marinade, just get it mixed up, and then we're gonna coat the fish with it. Have about 3-ounce portions of salmon, 4 3-ounce portions, and we're just gonna let this marinate. And we're gonna put this in the fridge for about an hour, and then we'll get it in the oven. So now I'm gonna make my cold sesame noodles using zucchini. So I have this spiralizer, we're going to lock it down, and we're going to take a zucchini and just cut the ends off. First we cleaned it, we're going to cut the ends off. And we're going to use a medium zucchini for this dish. So we lock our zucchini in. Now the only thing about when you're cutting the zucchini or any dish on the spiralizer, you need to break it off because it gets these 4-foot lengths of spaghetti where you'd be like Lady and the Tramp eating these things. So you want to just cut these up. So we're going to just do the zucchini. We'll get this whole zucchini cut up. Any little pieces left, you just cut up into a little fine, little thin strips to blend in with the other zucchini. So now we're going to get this in our bowl. I took a pan and I'm heating up 1 to 2 tablespoons of sesame oil, and we're going to take our zucchini and we're going to get it in that hot pan. We're going to give it about 5-6 minutes just to get it a little bit soft. You just want to make sure that the zucchini still has a little bit of crunch on it. You don't want to overcook it. So you taste it while it's going. You know, a little soft on the outside, a little crunch on the inside. We're going to let that cool, then we're going to add our sauce. Guys, just make sure when you have your zucchini, comes out of the fridge cool, just make sure you drain off any excess water. A lot of water in that zucchini. You want to drain it before you add your sauce. And now let's add our sauce. Now we're going to make the dressing for the cold sesame noodles. A cup of creamy peanut butter and a 1/2 cup of cold water. 1/4 cup of soy sauce. I use a low sodium. We're going to use 1 clove of minced garlic. And we're going to use about a teaspoon of minced ginger. We're going to just blend that up. Now when you pour this in, it looks like there's too much. You're going to have too much, but it's going to soak up into the pasta. This needs to go in the fridge for a few hours. It tastes better the longer it sits in the fridge. We're going to get that over there. Going to mix it up. And we're just going to add 1 scallion to this. We're going to add a little right before we serve it, but we're just going to get a little scallion in there. Just very thin chop. Get that in there. And about a teaspoon of sesame seeds. Get that all mixed up, and then we're going to get that in the fridge at least 2-3 hours. So now we're going to make our cauliflower rice. So I'm just going to take a small head of cauliflower to a medium head and just cut the core out. Of course we washed it first. And then we're going to just take this with a box grater. I'm using the medium size, not the large size. And we're going to just grate it. And it actually comes out like a rice consistency. So we're going to get the rest of this head done. Some of the pieces that are too small to grate, so you don't grate your fingertips, just leave on a board and just cut up into just a fine dice. If you want, you can buy it in a frozen department, cauliflower rice already done. But when cauliflowers are real cheap, it's a good idea to buy them. You do them ahead of time. If you're using a frozen bag, you don't need to thaw it when you're making fried rice. So now I put 2 tablespoons of sesame oil in a pan, and I'm heating it up, and now we're going to get our cauliflower rice going. So I got 2 tablespoons of sesame oil in a hot pan, very hot pan. We're going to add that quarter cup of onion, about 3/4 to a cup of peas and carrots. I'm using frozen peas and carrots. Half a teaspoon of fresh ginger. 2 garlic cloves. Just give that a couple minutes to soften up. I got that going for a couple minutes, softening up. And make sure your pan is very hot. Gonna get that in. Give that a few minutes. Now you're not going to add your soy sauce for a few minutes now. You don't want to add it too early. It'll make the cauliflower soggy. So now after about 5-6 minutes, we're going to get our egg going in here. You'll make a little well in the middle. A splash of a little sesame oil, that's all. And we're going to take our 2 beaten eggs, and we're going to put them right in the middle. We're going to scramble that egg up. I mean, if you wanted, you could do it in another pan, but we don't need to make more mess, more cleanup. And when that egg starts to set up, you're just going to mix the fried rice and the egg up. We're going to get in our couple scallions. And then we're going to add a 1/4 cup of low sodium soy sauce. Oh, this thing smells good. This thing smells great. So give that maybe another 30 seconds. And then we're going to get our fish in the oven. But listen, gotta always taste it, see how it's going. Real good. Get it off the heat so you don't overcook it. And now let's finish up the salmon. So now we have our salmon sitting in the fridge for about an hour. And that leftover marinade that came off the fish, we're just going to baste it, use it all up, and we're going to get it in the oven, but we're going to put it on a broiler for about 10 to 12 minutes. We're going to watch it. We do not want to overcook this. Hey guys, just hanging around while I'm waiting for the salmon to cook. Just check on the salmon and make sure it's not burning. Another minute or 2. So we got our salmon, our cold sesame noodles, and our vegetable fried rice. I just put a little green onion, and now we're going to just get a little bit of sesame seeds on our cold sesame noodles and on our salmon. This is the best time of the show. Let's try this salmon out. Oh, very good. That glaze is great. Let's start our fried rice. Very good. Listen, if you guys want to put a little kick in this, add a little spice, a little more spice, that's great. But we're keeping this a little bit mild today. And let's try our cold sesame noodles. Very good. Very good. And guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel on YouTube, Chef Dave Riv, R-I-V. Comment. I'll answer any comments. It's great seeing you this week, and we will see you next week.